Top 5 reasons why Berlin is a great city. Berlin is the capital city of Germany. Despite the fact that millions of tourists visit Berlin every year, Berlin is often seen as a second-rate tourist destination when compared to other European grand capitals such as London, Paris, and Rome. But that certainly is an unfair assessment of the qualities of Berlin as a travel destination. Berlin has such a remarkable uniqueness that every tourist who comes to Europe should at least consider to go to Berlin for a few days. I am the European. I am not a German citizen, and I don't live in Berlin, so I'm not biased in a way that I feel a need to promote my own city. No, I'm from the Netherlands, a country right next to Germany. Nonetheless, I've visited Berlin many times, and each time I feel Berlin is a great place that anyone who comes to Europe should see. So, I'll give you my top 5 reasons why Berlin is a great city. Number 5. Shopping. I have done my share of European shopping in places like Paris, London, Rome, Barcelona, Amsterdam, Brussels, you name it. Now, the shopping potential of Berlin certainly is not as huge as in London, at least not yet. However, slowly but surely, Berlin is changing into a shopper's paradise. A recent addition is the Mall of Berlin that was completed in 2016. With 270 stores, it's pretty big and located in the heart of central Berlin. The Mall of Berlin is built right in between two other major shopping areas, the Potsdamer Square and the Friedrich Street, thus creating a chain of attractive shopping areas. On top of that, the pricing level in Berlin is very much consumer-friendly compared to the other big cities in Europe. All in all, Berlin is slowly turning into my main destination of choice for shopping in continental Europe. Number 4. The dark past. A sensitive topic but very important to mention for those who visit Berlin. Yes, from 1933 till 1945, Berlin was the capital city of Nazi Germany. And although that dark era in the history of Germany ended more than 70 years ago, the remains of Nazi Germany can still be seen in Berlin. Many old buildings in the city center, like museums and churches, they still carry the scars of war, displaying bullet holes in their facades. Some of the former offices of the Nazis can still be visited. And of course, there are several monuments to commemorate the victims of the Nazis. All of this leaves a mental imprint on those who visit these places. I think you must see it, but prepare yourself for being deeply impressed. Number 3. Dining. I can hardly imagine any other city in Europe that has so many restaurants that offer such a diversity in food and such good quality for so little money. For the past few years, I've been dining in Chinese, Japanese, Italian, Greek, Vietnamese, Thai, and Korean restaurants in Berlin. And all of them served excellent food for very fair prices. I have rarely paid more than $20. All in all, Berlin has become my #1 city for dining in Europe. Number 2. The Cold War. The Cold War basically just ended. The Berlin Wall fell down in 1989. That's only 30 years ago. No era has had a more obvious and profound impact on Berlin and Europe than the divide between West and East. Remains of the Berlin Wall can still be seen and touched in Berlin. The communist architecture still dominates the eastern part of Berlin, and yes, if you dig deeper, you will discover that the remains of the communist era are still evident in and around Berlin on many levels. That divide between West and East dominated society and politics in my youth. It shaped my worldview. If you wish to understand how the present world order came to be, if you want to understand why America and Europe have been such strong allies and have been dominating the world for so long, Berlin is the place where you learn to understand all of that. Number 1. My #1 reason why Berlin is such a great city is freedom. Because of its dark past, the city of Berlin has made a radical choice more than 70 years ago. Nie wieder, meaning never again. Never again should the people of Berlin be citizens of a regime that violently oppresses its people and its neighbors. The never again philosophy has led to a culture of freedom, tolerance, and diversity. People from all walks of life, from every continent, from every religion, they all find a peaceful and tolerant place to live in Berlin. Fashion is a relative statement in Berlin. Although Berlin is very trendy, most people just dress and look the way they find suitable. In Berlin, it's very common to see women in their 40s or 50s with green or purple hair. Berlin is okay with that. And if you want to party, if you want to indulge in a nightlife community that has no issues with who you are, what you look like, or what your preferences are, you should come to Berlin. The craziness that I have witnessed in the Berlin club scene has virtually no limits, at least in my limited experience with these matters. Most of the time, the limit consisted of me walking out because maybe I'm a bit too old and too conservative for that overload of freedom. But I do celebrate the fact that Berlin is a place where you can be yourself, no matter who you are or what you feel. And that is what makes Berlin one of the greatest places on earth. If you live in Berlin, I hope you will appreciate your own city. I think Berlin deserves it. If you've never been in Berlin, I recommend you to visit this wonderful place. And I hope you too will discover its free and tolerant nature. Do you agree with my top 5 reasons why Berlin is a great city? Please let me know and give your opinion about Berlin in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more positive videos about Germany and its amazing capital, Berlin. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the next video.